let's start and hope it works. Okay, yeah, it's working.
Okay.
Just my pen tool's not showing up. But other than that, it's fine. Wait, can you talk for a second?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's. I just wanted to check if it's on the same
Okay,
level.
sure.
Okay, let's pause it. Turn the sound down a bit. Okay, the pen tool. Can I somehow get the pen tool to work in game? Apparently not. Okay, let's see. Beginning. What do you do? Okay, you go Hunter's Machete and Refillable, that's good. Now I'm just gonna skip ahead a bit to the part where you actually clear. Okay, that's mistake number 1, I suppose. Wait, do you leash or not? For did you get a leash this game? No,
I did not.
Okay.
No.
Was your intention to invade the enemy at red buff?
So Kane, from what I've heard, was a strong, like early game, and he's like an escape. So I was saying like, okay, I'm probably not gonna get anything out of it if I invade.
Yeah.
So I said this game, no invade.
Okay. Well, in that case, you should have started red buff. Firstly, because the Kane started bot side, which is where people usually start when they get a leash. So just because it's a better leash. So just expect everyone to be starting bot side unless their champion requires them to start blue buff, like, I don't know, maybe Elise or Hecarim, right? So you should have started bot side to match the enemy's jungle clear, so you can be top side to counter gank at minute 3.
Wait, so
So you should have. What you should have done is you should have started bot side, red buff, then went to walls, blue buff, and you would have been top at around 3 minutes, which is the time that Kane is going to be up there too. And then you could match the gank either by surprising them and catching one out and getting a kill, or just by preventing the death on Cho'Gath.
Yeah. So I'm watching it right now, and Kane started Raptors into red.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wait, did he end up changing his clearer? Okay, I mean, wait, you're silver 4 right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's something you don't see very often in silver, that people start Raptors. But I guess with Kane, he started Q, so it's pretty viable. Okay, yeah, so he probably went for the level 3 gank top still. So still you should have gone red buff, also because it helps you with the jungle clear. Just being a higher, like, being there to match the gank, to counter gank. But I guess it's fine starting red. And also your jungle clear is better. Okay, let's skip ahead a bit. Okay, so you clear this. You backstab it, and then you walk to Gromp. The problem with that is that, I mean, it's kind of fine, but you have to see it this way. When you walk from red to Gromp, it's a longer way, or it's less efficient than walking from blue buff to wolves, right? Because you have to walk all the way up there, and I suppose you didn't leash it out until it nearly lost aggro to get like the maximum efficiency out of it, which would have been, you would have had to, I'm showing on the stream right now, you should have leashed it out until here and killed it here, so you could walk up here. But still, it's pretty inefficient, because if you go from blue to wolves to red buff, you're going to be done quicker than going from blue buff to Gromp to red buff, because you have a long walking time, because you could leash wolves out to about the jungle entrance in mid lane, and that's just in general better. But still, let's see. So you do this, and then you do wolves. So did you base after the wolves, or did you continue clearing?
Oh, I think I continued.
Okay, I mean, if you're gonna do like a full clear, that kind of style, then you should have based right here, because as you can see, you're on 170 HP, and you still have both your refillables up, but I guess it's fine. But still, making your pathing more efficient, because the thing is, most champions gank at level 3, right, which is about minute 3. And by having done Gromp, in addition to that, you wasted time by doing Gromp, because you're still going to end up being level 3 at the end of red buff, rather than being level 4, so it's not really worth it going for that. And also, since you're going to take red buff, and then you presumably gank mid lane or bot lane, then when you base, then you can go Krugs, Raptors, and your wolves are going to be respawned by that time, and then you can go Gromp. So that's just in general more efficient, like pathing from top to bottom.
Okay.
Or from bottom to top, depending where you start, rather than just starting in the middle somewhere. Okay, so now you do red buff. And you should have burned pots way earlier. Like, instead of starting to burn pots while you're doing red, you should have started popping them when you were at wolves, because you already started getting low. So you could have popped both of them at wolves already. So now you're low HP, and it still takes you a while to heal up. Okay, so your mid lane gets a kill, right? Then you walk bot lane, get nothing out of there. I guess it's still fine, because your lanes get kills. And okay, right here, when Varus ends up getting a double kill instead of running away, you should start going towards the minions and start clearing the minions to help Varus push in. The reason why you should always push after a successful gank or after the enemy died is so your laner can back, and the enemy loses a lot of minions to the turret, right?
Okay.
So you should always push in the wave after a successful gank, or after killing somebody, or after forcing them back, just so they lose more XP than your laner does, also giving your laner an advantage. But in this case, it wasn't really necessary, and that's a mistake by Varus staying there, but that's fine. And then you take okay, then you start in. Okay, that's. Let's see. Can you kill Vera? Okay. Yeah, so the first time you died, you were trying to dive him, right? So yeah, first of all, you should probably never try and dive a Rakan, Kayn, I mean, simply because you can always use E to escape, or his Q. So he has a lot of escape opportunities, but then you also see he leveled up from this play, but he was a level ahead of you, and you were level 3. So no matter what, you would have died. You would have 100% died, because you would have taken at least 2 tower shots. Then he would have hit you a bit, and then you would have probably taken 3 tower shots. And since you don't have a flash, you only have ignite. That's a very risky play. You should only start diving when you're level 6, since you can reset aggro then with your ultimate. But other than that, you shouldn't do that. And also, you waste a lot of time. So instead of doing the Scholar Crab is not very efficient, simply because the Skull Crab only gives it gives about 100 gold, but doesn't give that much XP. So you should only really take it if you need the vision control, which in this case you didn't, but yeah.
Okay.
And then after it, you should have just backed straight away because you were low HP. And then you should have, let's see, where do you go? Right. Okay, so you start pathing top lane. So you start pathing top lane after you've just fully cleared top side, rather than starting Krugs, doing Raptors if you can. If you can't, just skip them. And then doing walls because they're going to be respawned. And then you do Gromp and then you gank top lane. I mean, you're missing out on a lot of XP here. And a lot of gold because the longer the minions are up in the jungle, the less efficient it is. So yeah. Okay, so now you start going from top to bottom. And then, yeah, and then you just wander around. So yeah, see you okay, so your bot side jungle is still up the whole time. And now you're going top lane, which most likely won't work just because it's an Aurelia. She has flash, she can just EU, and your Cho'Gath is low. He hasn't, oh yeah, he has backed yet, but he hasn't got any good items. So it most likely won't work out and you will die, or she will just get away. So it would have been better just trying to go mid and just walking up here around here, and then coming from behind to at least force him out of lane, because you could get a lot of damage off, and also because the wave is more or less okay. Now it's pushing in favor of Zed, but it was pushing towards Talon before, and Talon could also bait. Okay, so now you go top lane, and as expected, yeah, she kills you both. Because Cho'Gath was low, he wasn't level 6, she got level 6. So she killed the Cho'Gath instantly, and then since you didn't have level 6, there was no chance you were gonna fight her. Oh, and also your items. So you bought a Skirmisher Saber. Usually you want to go for damage, so going for long swords, rather than just going for a Skirmisher Saber, yeah. You don't really need it, because it doesn't do as much damage if you don't have damage items. Okay, and then also, this game, just looking at how fed Viserys was, you should really not force any plays and play around him, and just, for example, you could take Drake with them having a huge bot lane superiority, rather than just trying to help other lanes. Because now you see, the Cho'Gath is really far behind. There is no way you're gonna 1v2 the Aurelia. She's gonna kill you every single time. And if the Kayn comes, you're just screwed, because, I mean, if she already wins 1v2, she's gonna win 2v2 even harder. So you should just play around bot side and kind of get Drake, and then get bot lane tier 1, and then help mid lane, bot lane rotate mid lane, and then take control of the map. That way. Okay, let's see. Okay, and now you finally seem to path bot side, but then again, okay, here. You see, your blue buff is about to respawn. You can see that. So instead of going for Raptors, you should have gone Krugs, Raptors, and then blue buff. Because once again, pathing up and down, because you're missing out on the Krugs. And as a Shaco, you can do the Krugs fairly well. So yeah, now you went boots and a longsword, which is okay. Then Zed kills and gets killed. So in this case, again, because Zed just got killed, you should go mid lane and push as hard as you can, because then the Zed's gonna lose out more than the Talon is gonna lose out. And also you can catch the wave up here and get 1 or 2 minions. That's an extra 20 gold. Okay, now you do Raptors. And then you kind of path down somewhere. Yeah, you just walk around kind of weird, not knowing what to do. So yeah, now you do Crab, Skull Crab. And once again, your now your half of your top side is up, and your red buff's about to spawn, so you should probably go Krugs, red, blue, and then Gromp, just to get the maximum money. Because if we look right now, the Kayn has double your CS, which is a bad sign, and he also has a 400, nearly 500 gold advantage just by farming more than you. So now you go mid lane for a counter gank. That's fine. That's good. That's good. And then see here again. You should have. Well, okay. Here he can push it in himself, but you should always push the wave. Maybe even take 1 or 2 minions for some extra gold. Seeing as you didn't even get the kills, you should have taken like 1 or 2 minions just to maximize the gold you get out of it and make it worth your time. Now you go Skull Crab again, which once again, see you're level 6 now, and Kayn's level 7. You should always prioritize jungle camps over Skull Crab because Skull Crab doesn't give XP.
Okay.
And now you start doing Gromp. Relay gets a solo kill, you go up there to hold. That's fine. You should always start holding, and then you nearly get killed, and that's where you should probably base. You just wasted ultimate here. Yeah. You should have just based instead of ulting and running back in. Because now you wasted ultimate, you died, and you didn't even get the farm. So you should have just based from there on because you were way too low. Let's skip ahead a bit. Okay. Okay, now you go. See now, right? Now the Kayn is at your red buff. I mean, he could have, if he was a better player, he could have stolen all of your camps by now because he haven't even gone for them. I mean, maybe not Crux because you're too deep in, but see, he took your red buff, even though he wasn't even like ahead anything. And now he just escapes. And let's see where you path now. Now you go Raptors. And once again, see, it's 11 minutes into the game. And you haven't cleared Krugs a single time. Just by not pathing well. That's a good, in total, that's a good 200 gold and nearly a level of XP that you missed out on.
Okay.
And especially since now you have Tiamat, you should definitely be going for Raptors, for Krugs, because you can clear them pretty quickly. Okay, and now you go mid lane for a catch. Okay, yeah. Here you just stand around. And now Irelia is here, you saw her coming, so it's fine that you stay there. Okay, I hear that really just destroys you. That's also because, let me skip back a bit, you didn't both focus her at the same time. You both went in after each other, so first you attacked and the Talon just kind of walked out and then he attacked. You should have probably used a brush more to use Virgin a bit better because she didn't have a ward there. But that's still okay. So see, now you're 11 minutes into the game. The Kayn is level 8, your mid laner is level 9, and you're still level 7. Now you stand AFK for a bit longer. Why did you stand AFK? Was it just tilting, or did you type something?
Don't remember.
No.
Can you check if it was an item? It might have been an item.
Yeah. Let's see. Nope, it wasn't an item. You just stood around there.
Yeah, I don't remember. No, it was Moby Boots.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you still waited for quite a long time, so you probably waited for like 50 gold. It would have been better to just buy some AD, buy a longsword, buy some pink wards. That's or control wards. It's very important.
Yeah.
That ultimate was more or less wasted. The one where you kill Aurelia, you didn't really get much out of it. And let's see. Then you try to 1v1 the Kane, which doesn't end up working out. Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, and the Z ults the wrong. That's. Wait, why? Okay. So Z ults the wrong one. Why do you not just back out right then?
I don't know.
Should have just base. You just, yeah. I mean, you just died for free basically. There was no way you were gonna kill him. There's no way you can burst him from 100 to 0 that quickly. Okay, so still not clearing raptors after 14 minutes. So now you take blue buff. You could have given that to Talon, but I guess he doesn't need it that much. And see, okay, now you go mid lane to help out your Talon. But see right here, you could have just still done Gromp or something. Just kill the minions in your way, because you're losing out on quite a bit here. And yeah, let's see.
Oh, what about Rift Turrets? What do you think? Should I have done that?
I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay.
So now you just... Okay, so yeah. So now you just stand around mid lane quite a bit, just doing nothing. You push a bit the turret, and then after that, you just stand there for a good 20 seconds, just checking bushes, walking up a bit. You should have just went and you should have just went to Raptors straight away, because you knew Zed was up, and Kane was probably gonna go mid lane to hold it. So yeah, that was not worth it. And then now you probably take Raptors. Yeah. Also, another thing, after your first back, you should always buy 1 or 2 control wards and buy sweepers. Because a sweepers is so much better than the yellow trinket for preparing ganks or just having vision control in general. It's really crucial to just getting control of the map.
Okay.
Yeah, you're still behind in XP just because you didn't path correctly, and you still have like half the farm off the Kane. So here you just stand around a bit for no reason whatsoever. You stand around the vision plant, even though you could have pathed bot lane because you saw them fighting. Or, I mean, I don't know why you stood there, probably waiting for red buff, but you could have used the vision plant to get vision of where Kane is. Or you could have moved bot lane, which you now do, but you're too late, and your bot lane is gonna die, yeah. See, if you would have just started pathing down immediately, that's better. That would have been better. And now, once again, you stand there, not doing anything. Right, here you should have just straight away moved down here and tried to defend as good as you can using ultimate. Because your ultimate is worth less than the turret. And now use Q to engage on... Yeah. So I mean, you do end up killing Kane, but it was a bad engage. You used your only escape to engage into 3 people, one of them having a lot of CC. So yeah, that was just a flat out bad idea. So instead of being able to now contest the turret, now you're just gonna lose it, seems like. And you're gonna die 2, maybe? Yeah, you're gonna die. Right. So that was not too good. Okay, let's... Okay, now your red buff's up, and you start pathing down bot lane, even though it's already way too late. So now let's see what you do. Do you go for a dragon contest, or do you... Okay, let's see. So you try and contest it, which is a bad idea, because you're gonna die. And I don't think it's worth it in this case. Because I can just kill you. And there you die again. Just for free, basically. I mean, see, all this time you still have most of your jungle up. That's let's see, it's 100, another 100, another 100. That's like 500 gold right there that you lost out on, and about 2 levels, probably. So yeah, you waste a lot of time just standing around doing nothing and just wasting your time by not getting XP. And see, now the Kayn just takes your Krugs, which have been cleared for the first time in 18.5 minutes. And now, once again, you stand in the bush around bot side while mid lane is getting sieged. I mean, you can't defend the tier 1 turret. There is no way against 3 people. But you can at least contest the tier 2 turret, which you should. And you should start moving earlier so you can clear the waves before they crash into the turret.
Okay.
I mean, now you end up being on time. But still, you should usually move earlier. And at least make it more difficult for them. And now let's see what you do. So now you just stand mid lane for no apparent reason. There is no way you're gonna push. You just can't push with 2 people against 3 or 4 people. So yeah, now you start doing raptors, which is good. And now you should path upwards to clear the rest of your jungle, because it's been up for so long and you really need that gold. Okay, now you go mid lane, where you can't do anything. Kayn takes your blue buff. I mean, Kayn ends up taking so much out of your jungle simply because he didn't clear it. I mean, he can't steal anything if it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
So you should have just gone straight away to clear it.
Okay. Instead of just
Yeah, instead of just leaving it be. Okay, so yeah, now you die, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And the Kayn dies for it. Let's skip ahead a bit. Your team loses the fight as expected. Wait, maybe not. Okay, you actually end up winning the fight. Okay, yeah. So now would have probably... Okay, no, you can't. They're not high level enough to be dead long enough, so you couldn't Nash, yeah. So now you start going bot side. The reason why I don't understand. There's nothing to take for you. Bot lane is already pushing out, so there's no reason trying to push out bot lane while your whole topside jungle's up, basically. So instead of getting 37 gold from clearing those 2 minions, you could have gotten 200 gold from clearing your topside jungle. And now you just clear Skull Crab, even though you don't really need it. You really only need it when you're trying to contest an objective, or if your laners need vision. But in this case, you didn't need it. Okay, now you start invading. Okay, you invade while 3 of your teammates are pushing mid lane quite successfully. So you should join them to secure the tier 2 turret, which would have given a lot of global gold, and would have also given you... No, it doesn't give XP, but it would have given you gold. And now you just allow for the enemy bot lane to roam up, so you don't get the turret. And now let's see what happens. Your team probably gets collapsed on and they die. Yeah. That's exactly what happens. So if you would have been there earlier, you could have pushed the turret, and then you could have thought that probably, because it was only Zed, and Leona and Callisto only came there about 30 seconds later. So yeah. Now you should probably go defend mid lane, because Varus can't defend it on his own. And see, once again, you're doing Scuttle crap, even though there is your tier 2 is about to be destroyed by the enemies, and you're just doing Scuttle crap, even though you don't need it. Could have just placed a ward. Well, you didn't have a ward, but still, you wouldn't know when they were going for an Ashe, so you should have just not done that. See, now Varus dies, and they take the tier 2 turret, instead of you being able to defend it. And now you don't even take the jungle, and you just go straight for the top wave, which is fine right now, even though Drake is coming up, but I don't think you can contest it anyway, so it's probably better if you just push top lane to get one wave pushing. Because the concept you have to understand is, before you take any objectives, you always need to have all lanes pushed. Okay, yeah, so right now you die to the Kayn, maybe? Okay, never mind. He doesn't end up following you around. So now, what are you gonna do? So your mid lane dies. And your team seems to be quite tilted, judging by all the pings that are coming out.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, I can see. Let's see how far. You're not actually that far behind in gold. You only 6k. Well, I mean, that is quite a lot for minute 24. But it's also because the enemies aren't pushing their advantage as hard as they could. Okay, now you try. Right, instead of helping your Varus defend the turret and, well, him not dying, you went and tried to contest Drake, which is highly unlikely because the enemy is a higher level than you. Oh wait, never mind. Oh yeah, Kayn is going there. Yeah, so you're definitely gonna die if you go to contest that Drake. So that's not a good idea. And now see, your bot lane dies, which you could have avoided, and now you just don't even end up contesting the Drake. So it was all basically the Varus died for free, and now you just walk around a little bit without having any traction whatsoever. Then you start taking red buff, and now what you should do is you should start pathing top side. Okay, you Talon wanted that red buff. It's right off you taking that red buff because he doesn't deserve it. It's your red buff. Okay, let's see. I mean, it's true. It's either the AD carries red buff, which it should have been in this case probably, but he was dead, so you should have taken it before the enemies take it. Okay, now you defend bot lane, and that's a pretty good. Actually, no, that's not a good fight at all, because Irelia is just way too strong. And now you walk back in. Okay, you still end up surviving somehow. And then you base and your team goes and chases them. Okay, now what do you do? First of all, you should wait the extra like I guess it doesn't matter, but you should always wait till you're full HP before you go back out, but now it doesn't really matter. Okay, now you walk top lane, and now you finally start clearing your topside jungle, which is good. So right now you should probably, do blue buff, then do wolves, and then probably look to either push out mid lane or push out top lane, depending on which. Mid lane. Right now you need to walk mid lane instead of pathing top lane, because as you can see, top lane is already pushing, so there's no point in going top lane, while mid lane is pushing towards your tower, and you're gonna lose all that gold. Okay, so yeah, you do end up going down, but okay, you end up taking the jungle instead of a lane farm, but you could have just taken the 6 minions, which is approximately 120 gold, and then afterwards you could have done wolves and you could have gone top lane. That would have been more efficient. Because now the minions basically went to waste, if you know what I mean. Okay, now here you get chased by Aurelia. And now you probably die. Okay, why do you walk up there instead of walking either towards your team, right here, into the jungle, where the Varus is, because the Kayn cannot one-shot you. Or, I mean, you probably can, but yeah. And, but still, it's better walking towards your team, or just queuing downwards towards your turret, so the Kayn's definitely gonna die. So now the Kayn, yeah, he doesn't end up dying. And your Varus also ends up dying, and now you lose a fight. Even though you could have won that, it was a pretty free fight. Yeah. Okay. And now your bot lane is being pushed, so you probably need to walk bot lane. Which I hope you're gonna do after you respawn. To defend inhib at least. Because now you use your Q right here. You engage on the Callista, which is yeah. She has a slow with Blade of Ruined King, and she's also pretty well farmed. Well, not pretty well farmed, but she's better farmed than you, and she just has more gold and more experience. So yeah, that was bad. And also use your Q way too early. You should have used it later on. And I don't know if you had your ultimate up right there, but I think you didn't. And now, let's see. So your brand starts going AFK. I mean, at this point it doesn't really matter. Even if you didn't go AFK, you probably would still lose this game. Okay, so now you ping Nash, which I guess is fine because you didn't see any of them besides Zed. But then again, Leona is dead, so yeah. But it's still fine. So now you, instead of, okay, yeah, you walk around a little bit. But you should always, okay, wait, let me quickly just rewind and slow it down a bit. Okay. So here you stand up the bush, you see Zed, then you back off. Your brand dies. He gets engaged. Like right now you should probably disengage. Maybe. Okay, I don't see how you actually end up getting 1 kill out of this fight. Could have even gotten 2, but yeah, that was a pretty bad fight. As soon as the brand died, you should have all disengaged because you're already behind, and you already lose 5v5, so there's no way you're gonna win a 4v5. Okay, so let's wait till you respawn. Okay, and now it's probably the time you're gonna lose. Okay, so they don't end up winning straight away. They take dragon. Oh wait, Cho'Gath still the dragon, and you push top lane, which is fine until now. As soon as the enemy wave reaches your base, you should immediately just recall because the brand can't defend on his own. Okay. So yeah, now you recall, which is already like 10 seconds too late, which makes all the minions crash into here and take half HP off the turret. So yeah, now you start clearing them, but you miss out on a lot of XP. You miss out on like a full double siege minion wave, which is quite a lot of XP and also quite a lot of gold. Now I don't know what your Varus is doing down there and why is he asking for assistance, but it's fine. You just continue clearing. After taking this wave, you should walk bot lane to help your Talon because he can't wave clear on his own. We know that your main wave clear is gone in Varus. You're gonna have a hard time defending this, and that's probably also the time they're gonna end. So you like when you're this far behind and 2 of your inhibs are gone, you shouldn't even walk outside of a base unless you have like full vision control. Because right now you're just losing out on so much. Okay, let's see. Now you clear mid lane, but now it's already too late, and you're gonna lose. So yeah. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the main problem you had in this game is just really inefficient pathing, yeah. You spend a lot of time. You spent at least 2 or 3 minutes just standing around doing nothing. So instead you should have been clearing, you should have been looking for a gank, but instead you just stood in the jungle, or just walked around somewhere in the jungle not doing anything. And also you should stop clearing Scuttlecrab that often. Like, you cleared it 4 times before your jungle was even cleared. You should always prioritize jungle minions first and then go for Scuttlecrab, unless you really need it for an objective or something. But that's an exception.
Alright.
So yeah, that's basically it. And you should stop. If your lane is already losing, then you should really just stop ganking that lane.
Okay.
So yeah, guess that concludes kind of the coaching. I'm just gonna stop recording.